Welcome to Pride Against Prejudice, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
Hi, I'm Simon and I'm playing Huggy Bear.
Hi, I'm Al and I'll be playing Maverick.
Hi, I'm Jack and I play Toyga.
Hi, I'm Michael and I'll be playing Sunshine.
Hi, my name is Rosie, pronouns they, them, and I'm playing Sally Boom Boom, pronouns she, her.
And my name is Rhydian, I am the GM. If you would like any bonus content, a link to our living campaign map can be found in the show notes, along with a link to our Discord where you can get occasional bonus episodes, and if you'd like to add locations to the map or just ask us questions, you're welcome to join us there. If you stick about for a few seconds at the end of the episode, we also have a question for you as well. Following content may contain themes and materials not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Before we dive into the episode, here's some pay data on another one of the Shadowrun podcasts out there for you to listen to.
Good day, citizens of Chicago. This is Oakley Wildwood, your anchor at Gold Leaf News Network, bringing you the latest developments from the heart of the UCAS. And now for the news. The Chicago Containment Zone is witnessing a surge in kidnappings that has left the city on edge. Travel in groups for safety, folks. A good crew could be what gives you the edge to make it to your next paycheck. The streets are witnessing a spike in vehicle thefts and carjackings, leaving everything from jackrabbits to delivery trucks as smoldering, bullet-ridden scrap heaps. Lone Star PD advises secure private parking whenever possible. But in Chicago, even the safest of places can become a battleground. On a more hopeful note, the ghoul communities of Cabrini Green are uniting, driven by a hunger for justice. Vigilantes targeting infected citizens have been escalating tensions, promising violence if they do not leave the city. Those sympathetic to the ghoul cause have offered support by providing donations and offering security, though officials assure that they seek a non-violent resolution to the conflict. There's a lot going on in 2080s Chicago. Stay informed, stay safe, and stay with us by tuning in to Bug City Blues, a Shadowrun 6th World Edition actual play podcast, wherever fine podcasts are found. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Sometimes to complete a job, you need to do another job because you need to get some help to be able to do your main job. And sometimes that help is absolutely bat-drek crazy. It's probably quite late on Monday night. Are you ringing Sally tonight or are you ringing her tomorrow morning?
If I'm quite late.
I think some people slept. It's probably like 10, 11 at night at the moment.
That's uncivilized. I'm not making calls tonight.
All right. So are you waiting until first thing in the morning?
Yes.
Okay.
Then again, this is the Shadows. Who knows what ours will keep.
Roughly what time are you ringing her?
About 9:30.
Okay, so you're ringing her around about 9:30. So yeah, somebody's answered the phone for you, Mav.
Hello?
Hi, my name's Maverick. I was put in touch with you by... I've forgotten her name. Rasheen.
Well, that's not a good start for getting your contact. And how can I be of assistance? Make it quick.
I'm looking to employ someone with talents that my team lacks, specifically blowing things up.
Your team certainly is lacking in a great skill. There should always be somebody who knows how to cause a mess.
There should... I mean, we can cause messes.
Not as effectively.
We cause plenty of messes.
Well then, how can I help?
My team needs to destroy a tunnel, which might be an old subway access tunnel. None of us know explosives. We need something that we can put down and trigger and we'll go boom.
Ah, a good signature. I might have something that could assist your endeavour. but it won't come cheap.
Expect it to. This is specialized knowledge, specialized equipment.
Very specialized. So, what are you willing to do for such a thing, and how deep are your pockets? I'm not a patient woman, sir.
Bits of my team are probably deep enough to pay for your cost. Name it.
How about 10,000 new yen?
Seems steep even for specialized knowledge.
Deep is the road that you're willing to climb, sir. But there are always alternatives. I will bear in mind that this is a discount you would be getting. A friend of Roshin, after all. I owe that woman a favour. But if 10,000 is too high for you, you could always compensate me in other ways.
Such as?
If you know Roshin, then you probably know that I like to move in circles that not only cause a mess, but cause a mess for people who would tread on others. I am not a fan of such people. If you would like this very expensive equipment, then you would have to help me cause a different mess.
Or somebody, or upon somebody who steps on others, I could probably sell that to the team.
Do you know much of the Sons of Sauron?
One of our team is associated with them. We've worked with them.
Then you will not mind working with me. Can you and your team meet somewhere secure?
With you? Or...
Well, I wasn't going to suggest a meeting with Father Christmas.
Alright. Promptly? Today?
You don't want to lose my attention, sir. Today would be best.
I ping Sally the laundrette that I met Roshin at. Here?
It's a laundrette. Yeah, it was in Astoria Heights. It's an E-rated slum. It's a bad bit of town. It's a drek hole.
Grand. Rid, would you like me to describe Sally?
If you would like to.
So are the team already there, or do you think that Sally would be there first?
How paranoid is Sally?
Let's say quite.
Appreciate that laugh.
Let's say quite.
Given she's meeting with an unknown number of runners and she's quite paranoid, I'll let you decide.
I think that she would probably be there first.
Alright, so the laundrette itself, there's an elderly guy behind the desk, and it's, you know, the sort of COVID spit screens. It's like a box like that, clear bulletproof perspex, and you slot your cred stick, he doles out the token to make the machine work and give people out washing powder and stuff like that. He has music on incredibly loud in his little booth. It's some god-awful K-pop, and looks like he's reading something in AR and smoking, and doesn't give a shit what's going on out in the rest of the area. I'll say that you've been here before, Sally. You saw a couple of gangers start a fight here once, and he just, without even looking away from his magazine, just pressed the button on the console that deployed the turrets in the ceiling that shoot gel rats.
Excellent. Okay, so when people come in, you'll see the sort of average height orc woman. She's got greyish green skin. She's got a mohawk with shaved sides, but it's very floppy. It's not sticking up. Faded purpley pink. Looks like it looks like the colour is not well maintained, but you can still tell what it was. She's got very dark purple makeup on. She's got several piercings. She's dressed in the kind of grey that says it used to be black clothing, but it's been washed a lot.
And the dye wasn't very good to begin with.
It also looks like it's had to be altered quite a lot herself, probably because she couldn't find things in a fashion that she wanted in her size. So that is Sally Boom.
Team enters. Mav nods and says, Sally?
Aye. I must say you're not quite what I expected.
We seldom are.
This is my team. Huggy gestures at the troll, Sunshine, and Tiger.
Hi.
Yeah, little wave.
Right.
So, you said on the phone there was some work we could do to discount the explosives.
There is indeed. Given that, well, a runner's salary is, shall we say, fluctuating, I didn't imagine that you'd have the wherewithal to have the cash on hand. So, she's going to eye to what she remembers. She looks at the troll and is kind of looking to think, is this the Son of Sauron member?
It's Karl is the Son of Sauron's pack.
Right, so she would plot.
Both humans and an orc in military grade civics.
The orc who has already said one of his team.
Yeah. I was just looking. I think she's looking and it sort of like clocks that. It's like, right.
Just briefly for your benefit, Rosie, Mav is an orc, Huggy is a troll, the other two are human.
So she clocks that and then goes, well, and because she's paranoid, she's going to pull out. She's set up a white noise machine in advance, and is just and activates it once they're within the protection radius. Yeah.
Cool.
So she leans back against the laundry machine and looks them all in the eye and says, how much do you know about a certain facility better known as Seven Hills Medical Center?
Absolutely nothing.
Was that the one we knocked over?
Oh,
You've been
that
there?
one!
Mm-hmm.
I've been there.
Been there?
Toyga sort of reaches into his breast pocket and pulls out half a handcuff and said, we've been there once before.
Oh, you're never gonna let me forget that, are you?
No, I am not.
They're no friends of ours.
You say you knocked the place over. Well, you didn't do quite good enough a job. They're becoming something of a problem.
We didn't knock the place over. Right, so you need us to deal with this problem.
What I would like is for you very competent people to get me right into the center of that building. And here she kind of gestures at her very, let's say, grungy style, and she goes, for matters which I imagine are very apparent, given what you are asking me to provide you with.
That should be possible.
How quickly do you think you could start ferrying me in?
Well,
That depends entirely on how subtle you want to be. This is said with a grin.
I like you. I like your attitude. I think subtlety will not become a problem. Not that there'll be anyone left behind.
Well, I think we can get yours up pretty quickly.
we know the place. We can probably just go, I think.
Excellent. That lines up with my schedule nicely.
You know, I was really hoping, just for once, we could possibly do a job on the quiet. Luna's so good at that.
No, that's not going to happen.
Huggy will look at Sally and go, how possible do you think it is that we do this quietly? Again, with that grin of, I know exactly what the answer is going to be.
If you get me in tonight, you can have that bomb for free. If you take a bit longer, well then, the pay will reflect that. So, depending on how quickly you think you can manage this quietly, I will leave this in your hands.
I think we can get you that tonight.
I think so.
Okay, more explosions.
You remember why we are talking with this person, yes?
Yes, I know. I just want one job that doesn't turn into
Turning people into jam.
explosions and gun battles and flinging spells.
Oh, darling, I think you might be in the wrong profession.
I know subtle runners exist, okay?
Do you know?
You also know unicorns exist, and you've never seen one of them either.
Saw one in a holovid once.
That doesn't count.
Well, I've seen subtle runners in Hello Kit.
You don't count.
I do count. How about
Children, I will turn this run around.
sorry, Dad.
Sunshine, if you can think of a quiet way to get explosives into a hospital late at night, then I am all ears.
I have a way of getting explosives into a hospital late at night.
Oh,
So, Toyga's going to cast a spell on himself.
That's not a spell.
What's he casting?
Everyone look at Toyga. Invisibility's a spell.
Zip your trousers up, for the love of God. What is he actually casting?
Invisibility.
so does Tiger just go?
3 hits.
Okay, so how does Invis work again? You've cast it at force 6 and got 3 hits.
Basically, Toyga holds up his hand, snaps his fingers. You look at the fingers because of the sound, and then you kind of struggle to look back at him. Like, stuff on, like... It's almost like your eyes aren't focusing on him being there.
Dixie, could you make me... I believe it'd be willpower that this would be resisted with. That seems the most likely one. Could you roll me your willpower?
That would be Sally, not Dixie, but yes.
It would indeed, yes. I'm thinking of your other character.
Yeah, easily done. There you go.
Yeah, you can't see Toyga at all. As far as you're concerned, he's just gone.
I think she spins round looking very wary, and her hand goes behind her back. In it, like I imagine anybody who knows is like reaching for, like just checking where some kind of weapon is.
Yeah, there's something tucked in the belt in the small of her back. She's reaching for, just like, what the frag?
The person who has a weird reaction to this is Mav.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mav can still see Tiger with half of his sense. Because do you know what's non-visual? Radar.
Ah, yeah.
Wait, you have radar eyes?
I can see through walls. This has been relevant several times.
If I wasn't paying attention.
That's fair.
Fair enough. Mechanically speaking, the bomb that Sally is offering you is 3 kilos of rating 10 C4,
Boom.
Holy wreck, Joe.
which has a damage rating of 22.
So long as they're holding it, it should still be covered by the spell.
I'm pretty sure the spell will cover your clothes and stuff, because otherwise
Yes.
that would be a bit...
Yeah. It'll cover stuff that you're holding, but if you were like sat in a car, it wouldn't cover the car. You'd have to cast it on the car and deal with the object resistance of the car and stuff like that.
Then we get into the transient properties.
Yeah, it all gets a little bit philosophical.
Yeah.
So, she's reached for the gun and sort of like looking about for him. Toyga's sort of gotten up, walks over, is now standing behind her, leans down next to one ear and says, "That's not very civil."
Yeah. I think just
Neither is surprising people, Tiger. Mav looks directly at Tiger.
just again, the minute he speaks in her ear, just out of instinct, I think she's gonna just jab backwards with an elbow. Just like, ah!
At that point, there's a on the perspex, and you see the old guy behind the counter just look at you, and he's just got his hand over the turret button. Only Sally actually knows what this will mean.
Ah, prick.
He's just giving you a look of try me, fragging try me.
She kind of puts her hands up and then behind her head, trying to make it look casual, and she goes, "Well, I think that my laundry's done." And she kicks the machine and it opens. Clearly was not done. Too much water. just scoops it out.
Blocked.
Scoops it into a basket and points out the door and goes, "Lay on, gentlemen and ladies."
Let's go.
All right. So you guys now have a mini run to do.
So we need to sneak a bomb into a hospital.
A doctor's surgery.
Laundry delivery?
I mean, there are 3 ways to do this.
Yeah, hospitals do laundry.
Yes, they're also open 24 hours.
Rid, what are the opening hours of this place? Is it days only, or is it days and nights?
It's during the day only.
Excellent.
Or that makes it even easier.
We're doing this at night, so it's empty.
Empty old patient.
Empty of patients, because we do not want to blow up the metahuman patients that they are doing horrible things to.
It is imperative that we do not let any civilians get caught in this blast range. I am, however, under no compunction about brutally mutilating any staff.
Yeah, that's pretty much the
That was the rules we were under last time we were here.
yeah.
History doesn't repeat, but it does often rhyme.
Yeah, well, it's not a very good rapper, so let's go.
Take a point of edge back, Huggy. If your edge is full, you may have a piece of bonus edge.
Remind me where the frag 7 Hills is.
Right in the center of Long Island. Well, in the center of the western end of Long Island.
It's in Queens. Near the Queens Long Island border.
Oh, 7 Hills. It's marked by a white cross on a black background.
No, so that we're not committing war crimes. Not breaking the Geneva Convention.
Again.
We have not broken the Geneva Convention so far yet.
I suppose you've not used phosphorus yet.
I've not got my hands on phosphorus. Give me time, honestly.
What are your next steps?
Next steps are to reconnoiter 7 Hills and make sure it hasn't changed, employed any new security since we were last there.
Send the drone out first.
Alright, so are you driving over there and letting the drones have a little look around?
Yeah, that seems like the best way to do it.
Methodologies. The way I see it, we've got 3 ways to do this. One is we put the bomb in while the place is open and detonate it once it's closed. One is we quietly sneak in, possibly using Toiger's fancy spells.
Not that fancy.
You turn invisible. That's fairly fancy.
It's fancy enough.
I'm not invisible, I'm just so utterly unworthy of committing to memory that your eyes just glance softly. It's like trying to look for a specific man in a high-vis jacket on a construction site.
Have you ever thought about going to therapy? That self-worth looks like it could use a boost.
I have self-worth coming out of my ears, darling.
He really does. What he could do with the therapy.
We might need therapy after being around him, but I don't think he needs... Actually, no, I think he needs a lot of therapy. But not for that reason.
And what has the poor therapist done that I should inflict myself upon them so?
That is... I was like,
If it's one working at this hospital, then they certainly need the pain.
Which drone are you using to do the recon there, please, Huggy?
right. So I'm sending up Hergen first.
That's the little plane drone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the plane.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on the sort of general area map, and depending on how you roll, I'll tell you like security guards that you can see and stuff like that. You put your drone up. Could I get a perception check on that drone?
Yep, that's 3 hits.
Okay, with 3 hits there, Huggy, on your roll, you can see there's a few security guards outside. They mainly seem to be around the entrances. It's a D-rated area, so you're kind of expecting a fair amount of security, but it's not It's not crazy heavy. They just seem to be in like a basic bulletproof vest with a pistol sidearm, from what you can make out.
So this is about what you would expect from the guards outside the hospital in a derated area.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have no guards because, drugs inside and it's a derated area. They're not fragging stupid.
Yeah.
Could you give me a memory check, though, Huggy?
Certainly. That's 2 hits.
All right, from what you can remember, you guys actually covered your tracks pretty well here last time. It was like there was a fire alarm and there was fucking chaos going on. You made it look like you were just trying to save people when people were actually in the building. And Toiga's idiocy being locked up and the shenanigananery that followed from that, you were able to cover it all up pretty well.
Yeah, they never knew we were here.
For the record, my idiocy had very little to do with my getting locked up.
Yeah, most of that was Sunshine's idiocy.
That was someone else's idiocy. My idiocy came later.
I know, but it's a lot of fun to wind you up.
The DM said it was your idiocy, and he's gold.
What is God to a non-believer?
Let me get my lightning bolts.
Somebody who works in a temp office? I don't know.
All right, so you've got some information out of your drones there, Huggy. What are you guys' next steps?
So, how do we want to do this? Do we want to smuggle a bomb in now? Do we want to go all sneaky, or do we want to go quick and fast and potentially shoot people?
Can I do some matrix stuff? I'm wondering if I can see if there are any deliveries that happen late at night.
Okay, that's a totally reasonable thing to want to find out.
Because what I'm thinking is maybe if like the laundry or I don't know
Some kind of supplies gets
some sort of
late.
supply. Could
Yep.
there'll be catering on site, catering supplies being brought in. Are we, Sally? This
Hi.
device of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Are we leveling the building here, or do you have a specific target in mind inside?
I have a very specific target in mind, and it is right in the centre of the building.
Will the rest of the... Is this going to drop the building? Or will the building still be standing?
Give me a demolitions knowledge roll there, please, Sally.
Mm-hmm.
Because I suspect this is something the character would know, but the player may not.
Yep. Any bonuses to that?
I'll give you a +2. You built this bomb. How many hits, please?
Ow, I needed that +2. 2.
It's a pretty big bomb. It's pretty large. It's 6 kilos of C4.
Yeah, I
You're pretty sure it'll level the building. You're not 100% certain, but it'll be a hell of a lot of fun finding out.
She looks at Sunshine and grins, and you can see, like, deep, if you look in her eyes, you can see there's actually, like, fire dancing in her pupils. And she just goes, well, Rome wasn't built in a day, but it's certainly burned in one. So let's have a go.
So, Sunshine, you want to do a little bit of hackety-hack. Toiga, what was it you were wanting to do first? I'd just like to get an idea, and then we'll do Sunshine's hacking.
So, my plan was brilliant in its simplicity. Either myself or, well, Sally would pick up the bomb. I would turn Sally invisible. I would walk into the front and make a spectacle of myself, while everyone was watching me, I don't know, make balloon animals or something.
Or when shock horror, double denim.
Excuse me, I am willing to kill, murder, lie, and cheat and steal, but there are some things I am above. Anyway, my plan is brilliant in its simplicity. I will turn Sally invisible. She will pick up the bomb, which will also be invisible. I will walk into the front of the hospital facility, butcher shop, whatever it is, I don't know. I was going to ask you about that, coming back to that. I will make a spectacle of myself, and while I am making balloon animals, or I don't know, recounting the fall of Troy, whatever, she will walk deeper into the facility, find the place she wants to go, put the bomb down, walk out, and all will be well.
Shall we do the rolls to crack into the clinic's system?
Yep. Would these be running and hidden?
No, they would not. So you won't need to do a scan roll for this.
Wait.
Are you going to be doing this as hack on the fly or probing the target? So fast or slow?
Let's go slow.
Okay, so each of these rolls will be about an hour. Okay, so could I get your hacking plus analyze rolls there, Sunshine?
3 hit. 4 hits, so total of 7.
And again?
3 hits, total of 10.
Okay, so that's you in as a basic user. I would need you to roll your stealth at this point, please.
Can I get an assist from my agent on stealth?
Yes. Using the rules we discussed before, where if it helps you on the stealth roll to get in, it can't follow you in. You wouldn't be able to use it thereafter.
1 extra dice, so stealth plus 1. 5 hits.
Do have a slightly leery moment where you think one of the IC has rumbled you. They look like the sort of Dr. Staff symbol with the 2 snakes twirled around it, and you think one of the snakes is looking at you, but nope, we're good. You're in. The whole place it's set up, the node itself, the sculpting, to look like a hospital, but it's like an idealized version of a hospital. Everything is like blindingly white in here, and clean and sterile.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you trying to get yourself a security account or an admin account, or are you just working with what you've got?
With what I've got, can I see... what can I see at the moment? Can I find out when deliveries are made on this account, or would I need higher access?
So on the account that you've got, you can access delivery schedules. This is a basic user account, so you're not on the public area, you're on the actual staff area. So you would be able to access this sort of thing. It's not like a huge organization. They don't have like hundreds of different shared drives, and you only have access to certain shared drives. You can access basically the whole thing. It's a couple of things might be password protected, but a delivery schedule?
Okay, yeah, I'd like to see if there's like maybe a laundry delivery. Laundry striking me as a good one because you can hide stuff inside it. That might be the sort of thing that happens when the place isn't open to the public.
Okay. Could you roll analyze for me?
I certainly could. 4 hits.
All right, with 4 hits, you find the delivery schedule. They seem to do a pickup of dirty laundry and linen at the end of the day, just after the place is officially closed.
Yeah.
And they do a drop-off of the clean stuff, like half an hour to an hour before it opens to the public. And I'm going to say that the hours are 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So basically, so you can catch people who they're going to work, and so they get a chance to go before they go to work, and also people later on in the day can come after work, or if they're doing shift work, they can come just like round about lunchtime, stuff like that.
Cool. So the opening, you said 8 till 6, right?
8 till 8. It's
8 till 8.
Yeah,
12-hour day.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a doctor's surgery that actually takes account of people's working patterns.
To be run by evil people.
I know. But you got to admit, evil people are often efficient.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's nothing so bad as badly organized evil. So yeah, you've got the information about the delivery schedules.
These are slightly backwards. I was hoping the delivery schedule would be
One at the end of the day.
well at the end of the day.
This is a relatively minor facility. They don't like do big operations here. They'll do it's come in. They don't have like patients who stay overnight or anything like that.
They use a lot less bedding than a full-service hospital would.
Sally, you said you wanted this place hit today. Would tomorrow morning, would that be too late for you? No, that wouldn't work, because then the building would be full of people. No, it's going to have to be tonight.
Seems like you've answered your own question there.
Does rather, doesn't it? What do you guys reckon? Do you think we could hijack the dirty laundry out shipment and try and sneak the bomb in then? Or do we just give up on that plan and just sneak in at night?
How likely is it that some sort of silly scheduling error made by someone new and incompetent causes a whole load of fresh laundry to be dropped off when the dirty laundry is meant to be picked up? We could just say, oh, they've given us fresh laundry. Do you want it anyway? We'll take the dirty stuff away now.
That could work. I could maybe go in and change the delivery schedule.
Simple clerical oversight.
Or we just turn up, break in.
But if we're dropping off laundry, we've got permission to be there. I suppose if we break in, if we get spotted, they immediately know we're not meant to be there.
But if we go when there are people there and we get rumbled, there are people there to stop us. Whereas if we go when the place is closed, there aren't.
There is such a thing as hiding in plain sight, Maverick.
We're not very good at it as a team.
Some of us are better at it than others.
Well, you don't develop new skills without practicing them.
One of us has the ability to turn invisible. When they take the laundry out, they will have to let people in and out. We just have some... The invisible person just walks in.
Oh yeah, and we hold the door, because we're...
We don't even need to, we just...
They hold the door for us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and we've got a plausible reason for having a vehicle backed up to it. So now we just need to hijack a laundry van.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
We just have an invisible person lurk next to the laundry door.
Yeah.
Oh.
When the laundry people go in, the invisible person walks in with the laundry people.
Oh yeah.
Leaves bomb in hospital, then walks out.
Yeah, but I was really hoping we could steal some fresh bed sheets. Mine are getting, like...
We literally just went to a laundrette, Sunshine.
I thought you wanted to do this quietly.
Yeah, I'm not stealing them off random working stiffs, am I?
You're supposed to take your laundry to the laundrette.
No, not that I need them cleaned. I need replacement bed sheets. Mine are getting so thin, you can, like, see through them.
While this is all terribly entertaining, I do have to add the slight wrinkle that will this invisible person be letting us in later? Because I am the one that has to be setting up the bomb.
The invisible person is you.
Ah.
You go in, you set up the bomb. If you're feeling confident, you put a timer on it or set it off later. If you're not, you just walk out and boom.
Two minor little things. One, she can set it off on a radio detonator. That's dead easy. Two, one of the things that you are needing, Mav, is you need the bomb. Yes, it's pre-made, but you need to know how to set it up. So if you want to set that bomb up in the tunnel, you need to be taught how to do it. How you go about learning how to do that, that's your problem, but I just want to make sure that you are aware of that.
We may need Sally to come with us for the second part of the run.
Or you get private lessons, whichever you prefer.
Or we get private lessons.
Yeah, it seems that the easiest way to do this would be to get Sally to give Mav the instructions for how to do this. You know, a step-by-step, how to make explosives for dummies, etc. And, you know, that seems the easiest way to do this.
Very accurate. So, tonight we are setting off my bomb, and then I will be educating you on the finer points of mass destruction.
I do hope there's a slideshow.
There should always be a slideshow.
Don't encourage him, please, Sally. He's bad enough already.
I think we're getting on far too well.
So, a small point to bring up regarding this spell. It won't make you invisible, just unremarkable enough that you don't warrant noticing.
Does this spell work on security cameras?
I was getting to that. Someone looking at you through a cyber eye is still registering you with a brain, which my magic can fuddle. Security camera is just painting a picture. Anyone looking through a security camera will see you, but the second they go out in person to look for you, they won't see anything there with them.
So, this is how I see this plan working. Now, there's that information. Sunshine. You get access to the cameras.
Could do.
If that's possible. And see what you can do to
Befuddle them.
go with them. Put them on a loop, something like that. Sally, how long do you need to set the bomb up?
I can have that done lickety-split. It's not really a problem.
Right, that's fine. In that case, this is my plan. If we can get the cameras to get janked, that's awesome. We can either try and, have somebody come up the front and make a scene, like, let me in, I need to get to the hospital, that will distract the guards to make things take longer if we need things to take longer. If not, you simply walk in with the people who go in to get the laundry, walk out with the people taking the laundry out.
That sounds doable.
There's not a lot of space here, but I can't imagine that it takes them only a minute to take laundry out. They're probably going to sit around and chat. They probably know the guards. There's ways that we can draw this out if we need to. And if absolutely needs must, we can break you out of there much more easily than we can break in there and leave a bomb behind.
Smart thinking. I'm up for it.
What does everybody else think?
That sounds approximately like a plan.
Sunshine, this runs fairly heavily on your ability to make this quiet.
In that you need me to suppress the cameras?
Yeah. That's going to be the ways that this makes this plan go the easiest. It should be, that shouldn't be a major problem because they'll be expecting people to be wandering in and out anyway, and if they see another person wandering in with a package, then they hopefully don't pay too much attention. But it will be a lot easier if you can spoof the cameras.
Technically doable.
Awesome.
Within your skills?
Let's find out.
You were talking earlier about modifying delivery schedules. I take it you're not bothering with that now, is that right?
It looks like we don't need to.
Okay, if you are wanting to do anything with the cameras, you will need a security level account.
Security account, yeah.
You would need to hack in closer to the time. Basically, if you stay on the system for hours and hours and hours, that massively increases your chance of getting caught.
Well, can I upgrade myself to a security account now and then just log back in?
No, if you want to log back in at a later date without hacking, you would need to have created yourself a legitimate account, which you would need admin level privileges for, which is the next level above security.
Give it a try.
Okay, so I'll say that you've stayed logged in while you've had this conversation with the others.
I mean, this conversation has literally been minutes.
All right, so do you want to go for the admin level account?
Yep.
Okay, so in that case, we'll say that you are doing this. You've just been having a quick conversation. You're still logged in, so you can do the roles to get yourself an admin level account. And I take it you're still probing the target, so you're taking your time over this?
Yep, I am.
Okay, so give me your first roll, please.
Exploit. Cool. Not off to a great start. 1 hit.
Okay.
Up to 4 hits. You know what? I think I'm just going to stop at the security level account. Actually, no. No, because security level account won't get me shit at the moment.
Security level account lets you set up a bypass,
That would then just go off on time.
provided nobody inspects, like, queued orders. No one will notice.
So you've been at this about 7 hours. You spoke to Sally first thing at around 9. You met up with her about 10. Started this at about 11.
So it's now about 6.
Yeah, so give me one more, please.
One more hit. Okay. 1 more hour.
Give me your stealth roll. So it's about 7 o'clock. You're about an hour before closing.
Okay. Yep, nope, that's getting edged. Yeah, that's better. 6 hits.
All right, you are in smooth as butter. Nobody's got a clue you're in here. And do you want to give me the edit file action that you were after? That'll give you a back door so that you can just come in and loop the cameras when you're ready.
At this point, it's only about an hour until we're ready.
If you give me the edit file action, you'll be able to do that, or you could...
The edit unauthorized or edit authorized?
You're an unauthorized user, so unauthorized. The other option you could do is to set up a loop on the cameras for a specific time. That would be command unauthorized.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the edit option because I have a better program rating of that.
Okay, so I'll say you could loop the cameras at the time using an edit because you're editing the footage, but if you're commanding the cameras to loop at a later point, that's command. So if you're wanting to do the edit option, you'll have to do 2 edit rolls, whereas if you're wanting to command them to loop later on, that'll be 1. So it's up to you.
Can Sunshine put in yesterday's camera recordings to play today?
Using 1 edit.
Yep.
So just like overwrite the file.
Yeah, that's the thing you could do.
Because then there'll be the delivery happening approximately as expected on camera.
And nobody's going to notice that.
That it's yesterday's delivery, that it's slightly different delivery guys, that the doors are banging out of sync with the cameras, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Okay, I'm going to roll that. 5 hits, yes!
Nice.
More like it.
Yeah, so they will have no flipping clue. And analyze. Could I get your stealth roll?
Nervous laughter. 4 hits, yes! Yes!
So immediately after you've done this, you're kind of dusting your hands going, ooh, that was art. You look up and there's just this staff with 2 snakes, and one of the snakes is rearing back and hissing. Could you roll your Matrix initiative for me?
I don't wanna.
I mean, you don't have to roll, you can just be flat-footed.
10.2.
Sunshine's turn first. What are you doing?
Logging out.
Bye!
It's getting to be something of a habit with you, Sunshine. Being spotted doing the actual thing by security, and then just going, no.
Video.
Come on, Chummer, I'm getting a lot better at this.
Alright, so you've set up the cameras to loop there, Sunshine. It's about an hour before close, probably another hour before the laundry pickup. Are you guys just parking up in the car park, or are you parking up somewhere nearby? What are you doing?
We don't want to be in the car park, that will be spectacularly obvious. We want to be close in case we need to do a loud extraction.
You could park in one of the other nearby car parks of other businesses.
There's an electric vehicle charging place just next door.
There's a full entire repair shop just across the road.
So yeah, we could just park the van in the vehicle repair shop across the road, and then if everything doesn't go to plan, we bomb across the road.
Yeah, that I think is the best plan. But I am open to being wrong.
Close to laundry delivery time.
Hold on, why don't we go to do you see the building is called Semi-Connect charging station?
Yeah.
I looked up what that is. That's an electric vehicle charging place.
Yes.
We could just go in there, and that way we don't have to cross the road because we'll just be right next to the car park.
That do make sense, because if you park outside...
That does make sense.
Yeah, if you park your van in an automated repair place,
they'll be like, hey, what repairs do you need? Whereas if we're parked up in a charging place, nobody gives two shits.
with all the compassion in the world, putting your van in front of a mechanic would be like taking someone openly bleeding from multiple wounds to a hospital and expecting that not to draw attention.
That is fair.
Again, it depends which hospital.
I mean, they would lift the bonnet up and see that the van is, like, in immaculate good shape and is marvellously well cared for, but I'm here to make arsonists invisible. I'm not here to give you good analogies.
That's fair. No, this charging station seems like a better idea.
Okay.
Later that evening?
Yeah. Alright, so you park up at the charging station. Are you just stood around drinking cigarettes and smoking beer?
Means there's not really anything else to do.
As per the stereotype, I imagine Sally has several lighters, and they are all fun.
And none of them have got any flint.
Please tell me she has one of those plasma lighters. Hey, we could charge it here. We're at a charging station.
She just uses it to shock people who are annoying her.
Can't imagine that happening to any of us.
Yes, she's been in a van with Toiger for at least a few hours at this point. That thing needs recharged.
How many points of stun damage has Toiger taken?
Toiger just has lots of suspicious burn marks.
No.
Alright, so you're waiting a couple of hours at the charging station. You see a whole bunch of doctors fucking off home from the clinic. They toss the last of their patients out. Not literally. And yeah, it's now after hours. What are you doing from here?
I have a question for our newest colleague. You seem awfully eager to destroy this place, and we are only faintly aware of exactly what's going on. Would you care to satisfy my curiosity, or would you prefer to just leave this up in the air and do the job and go home?
She considers for a moment, and then she looks at the group and just and says, "Well, it's something of a story as old as time as far as this continent is concerned, and probably many others. Do you notice how many members of staff here are of any other metatype other than human?"
Give me a quick perception check.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you. I was thinking particularly Huggy, but all of you.
1 hit.
4 hits. 4 hits. Also, Mav knows what's going on here.
Toiger and Sunshine, you're largely going, oh shit, those handcuffs.
Yeah.
Huggy, you're looking at it going, well, I don't see any trolls on staff, don't see any orcs, but you didn't really pay that much attention. One of them looked maybe like an elf. Mav, you're just thinking, yeah, they're all fragging human.
Well, I mean, we already know that this place is practically funded by the bjimenez, right?
And what have people in positions of power done to, let's say, people that they consider beneath them in a medical context for a very, very long time? And as she's saying that, she flicks open one of her not dead lighters and starts flicking it like it's a stim.
I can't possibly imagine what you might be talking about.
They've gone to any lengths to ensure that there are as few of those people as possible.
And sometimes that involves going right to the source, as you might say, the origin of the world. There are several people who have come out of this place missing a few important pieces. Pieces that they might have wanted to use.
Well, that is pretty... That's a fun way to do it.
Mm-hmm. The word of the day, gentlemen, is sterilization.
Well, I've never heard of that happening in a country before, says Huggy with her very German accent.
Say what you like for Germans, they do nothing by halves. And they have a long, proud history of strongly held political beliefs.
People in glass penthouses shouldn't throw stones. If anyone is looking outside of this country, stop it right now. We are in the United Canadian American States. This country has a very proud tradition of taking away people's physical bodily rights.
I mean, yeah. You've met humans, right?
Mm-hmm. Very close quarters.
They have very little to recommend them.
I've been doing that since the dawn of time.
And so today we're taking away a few of their scalpels and their facilities and hopefully some of their lives.
Can we put more explosives in there, as Neo were already planning on doing?
I wouldn't want to level the entire block.
That's fair.
One of us. Right, now for the tricky bit. Have you got your bomb?
Always.
How long does that invisible thing last for?
It lasts for as long as I make it last.
That's good to know.
Oh, I can feel the headache starting already. Right, I need you to look right at me. Look me in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Deep, calm breath. I need you to focus on something that will calm you, something that will make your mind go calm and still and flat.
Mm-hmm.
If you make too much noise, physically or mentally, the spell won't hold on properly. Okay. You there? You safe? You calm?
I'm imagining my enemies being absolutely engulfed in beautiful fire.
A wonderful image.
And a good coffee.
Oh, I could very easily grow to like you, I think. Now, repeat after me. In seeing, they do not see. In hearing, they do not hear.
In seeing, they do not see. In hearing, they do not hear.
3 hits.
So the guards, that will be their threshold. And you've easily dealt with the drain. So I will just roll all the guards. So the spell is on. So you wait a little while. Toyga sat in the van, sustaining it. And are you walking over to be near the building? Or are you doing something else? What are you up to, Sally?
I'll be guided by what the team wants. So if one of them says, get by the door, then she'll do that.
Okay. So, I mean, you're just waiting for the guys with the laundry to turn up at this point.
Yeah.
I will have the drones still buzzing around. Primarily Högen buzzing around overhead, looking out for the van, the delivery van.
Okay.
Huggy still has the map of this place that she made with Mönin, right?
Yes, she does, actually. So, unless you've deleted it, if you're anything like me, I was digging through my hard drive, tidying things up the other day. Jesus Christ, the stuff there from years ago. And the guards you can see outside, I'm just going to say that Huggy's painted those on your AR for you.
Yeah, but I'll paint that on the AR, and then I'll be giving you the map that I got from Mönin as well.
So, Huggy, you've sent Sally the map that you have from when you were last here by AR.
Yeah.
When she's ready, you just sat in a car park nearby. The cameras are looped. You're not attracting any attention. So when you're ready, Sally, the van that's there to collect the dirty laundry will be turning up. So you let me know when you're good to go.
Right, so where was the dirty laundry going from?
So they'll be parking up in the car park. You're not sure where they'll be going exactly at this point. You don't have a door that they're going in or out of yet.
Okay, so I will stay near the car park then, and I'll wait for them.
The van comes in and pulls up. It seems to be near a service entrance, so it's driving very, very slowly when it comes in.
Can I hope fit to follow them?
Yeah, you absolutely can. It's going to take them a few moments because they've got to swing it round and reverse it in.
Mm-hmm.
So while you're doing that,
Yep.
as you're getting closer to it, so the guy's parked up. It takes him a little while to swing round and reverse into his parking spot. So you're able to get over close to it quite easily.
Yeah.
A dude gets out and just starts chatting with the security guards. They seem to know each other. He hasn't opened the door yet. They do, after a little while, he does eventually open the door. Do you have infiltration there, Sally?
Okay, and any minuses or bonuses?
No.
Straight roll.
They have a massive penalty.
Good, I got one hit.
I would maybe post-edge that.
Yeah, I think I will, because I don't... yep, I will definitely post-edge that. For fuck's sake! Okay, no, I've got one hit.
Defenders win ties. They also got one hit. So as you're sneaking in the door, you kind of catch your heel against it, and there's a little bit of a bang as your heel catches the door.
Yep.
But he kind of looks around as he's talking, goes, "What's that?" And the guy he's with goes, "Don't be such a fragged, Jesse. What's the matter with you? There's nothing there. I'm looking at it."
Yeah, okay.
Now, come on, man. Tell me, how's your girlfriend? I know she'd been having a rough time. Are you doing all right? And they go back to their conversation.
Oh, dear.
Well, she's about to have a much rougher time. She's about to become a widow.
On the nose, but accurate. Alright, so you slipped in through the door, and it's a long corridor. It's a hospital. It's pretty sterilized and boring.
So I'm imagining the room I want is one of these big 3 rooms in the middle.
Yeah, you'll basically want to put the bomb in the middle of the building because that'll take out the operating rooms where the bat-drek has been happening. And with a bit of luck, it might take out as much of the building as possible. You never know, it might take out the whole thing.
Great. Does Sally have to keep making stealth checks to get along there?
Give me another one.
Yep. Let's try and do this one better.
So as you're walking through the corridor carefully, you make sure there's nobody about. It's a clear hospital corridor. You're pulling up your AR. Only you can see this. Nobody else can. So it's not like casting any light or anything.
Oh, cool.
And you see the door you're after. And how many hits did you get?
2.
Yeah, so you're up to the door.
Okay.
And yeah, nobody's seen you. Nobody's shooting you in the back. This is always an excellent start. So you find yourself looking in, and it's just a little entrance area for the operating area.
Okay. I'm going to proceed in, I think.
So there's a little waiting room inside. Oh, those back seats look wrecky. And yeah, there's a door up saying operating theatre, clean area, blah 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 blah.
Can I look at can I inspect the door to see if it's locked or alarmed or anything like that?
Yeah, give me a perception check. Player
Yeah, I've been trained well.
Is the door trapped?
It doesn't look trapped.
Get your 10-foot pole.
Send the barbarian.
The door does not appear to be trapped.
Deduce the door.
Yeah, so I'm working with the very abridged sheet here, so I'm just like, so is it? Which of the buttons is it today?
Oh, she doesn't seem to have
I was about to
perception.
say she doesn't have.
No,
She
no,
has no
Sally
perception.
doesn't bragging. Yeah. The bomb go boom.
She wasn't built for subtlety. You guys have put her in a subtle situation.
No, normally she just pulls out a gun and goes for it. So it's your intuition -1, please.
Okay, yep, thank you. 2.
2 out of 2.
2 hit on 2 dice.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Nice. All right, so door's looking clear. It does seem to be locked, but it's a mechanical lock, not a mag lock.
Okay.
You're not seeing anything that would indicate an alarm or anything like that. It's literally an old-fashioned key lock. It's more to stop people who are curious than to actually keep people out, is the sense you're getting.
Can I try and just break it down with my body?
Yep, so body plus strength.
Yep.
And if you want to do this quietly, I'll need a stealth roll as well.
Yep, I will do that separate to these rolls. So strength plus body. 5.
Yeah, and let's get your second roll.
4.
That's not bad.
That's very good.
Nice. So you grab the handle and you just pop it with your hip, and there's as just synth wood cracks, and the door swings open, and you're just holding the handle. You've basically just cracked the synth wood away from the whole handle and lock, and you're just holding what's left of it in your hand.
So she puts that in her pocket as a souvenir and kind of giggles quietly to herself manically.
You'll definitely get on with Toyga.
Yeah, stop being like Toyger. It's disturbing.
Yeah, you and I got a good best friend.
I was going to say, hang on, that's my thing.
Listen, the brief that Rid gave me was slightly unhinged. Everything else was up to me.
No, you've stolen the lock, not the hinges.
There's some mild carpentry here. Right, well I guess I will just look around the room, not like a perception check, just literally look around the room to see if there's people in it.
So the room you're in, it's entirely empty at the moment. What you're seeing is... it's not an operating theatre as we in the Fifth World would know it. It looks a bit more like sort of a cross between an MRI machine and an iron lung with a computer on it. The surgeon, rather than actually wielding the knife themselves, they sit at the terminal, and the patient gets put into the capsule, and the capsule is the sterile area. So everything is done in there remotely with robotic arms and stuff that the surgeon controls. So it's a really big machine.
Layers and layers between humanity, or lack thereof.
So she's going to wander in, and she's going to start setting up her bomb.
Okay, so you kind of kneel down, and you're having a moment where you think, in fact, fuck the GM telling you how you're doing it. How are you setting up your bomb?
So there's the big main unit, and I imagine there's a few like satellite units that go around that work in like timers and extra gel and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there's like a crawl space underneath it for maintenance, and there's the slots where you sort of plug in a bottle of blood for the patient or IV bags and things like that.
Yeah.
They don't come as a bag, you just plug them into the machine.
Okay, cool. So she's going to go under the machine on her back, and she's going to attach it to the machine itself.
Alright, give me your demolitions roll, please.
Void.
This is mostly to make sure you don't frag it up.
Would that be IED subgroup?
Yeah, this is a little bit of an improvised explosive device. This is one you built yourself at home.
Oh, that...
I mean, it was built with love, care, and attention. Calling it improvised is a bit of an insult.
No, it wasn't built with love, care, and attention. It was built with bitterness, rage, and vengeance. Get it right.
So it's 4 hits, and while she's doing it again, she keeps forgetting that she's meant to be quiet. So under her breath, she's just humming "Charlie is my darling."
So you've set up a bomb.
Yeah.
What are you doing from here?
And there's nobody in this room.
No, this room is completely empty at the moment. It's after hours. I mean, as rooms that are used for crimes against humanity go. It's actually quite nice. I mean, there's some art on the wall. They've got plants, real plants down the end, a fish tank.
They wouldn't want the metahumans to be uncomfortable while they're doing horrible things to them.
Yeah.
They might realise that something was up.
Right, and you mentioned there was like a... You said there was some kind of unit that was like a communication between the machine and whoever was operating it.
Yeah, it's essentially the input terminal. It's like a seat with a cyber terminal, so the surgeon is a decker.
Yeah.
And they just jack into it and they rig the machine effectively. So they're basically like a medical rigger.
Okay. I think that Sally is going to leave the room, and can she still see the security guard that's talking to the laundry guys?
Yeah, they're out the front, and he's currently going, I don't know, man, she just doesn't seem interested anymore. Her heart just doesn't seem in it. I don't know what to do. I mean, I've tried taking her out to dinner. I've tried, I've tried going along to like her hobbies and hanging out with her friends, showing an interest in what she's into, but I don't know, man, I just feel like she's drifting away. The guy's going, dude, it's alright, this drag happens occasionally, eh? It's not your fault, you're doing all the right things, man. And they're having a real heart-to-heart right now.
So from Sally, from what the team have said, does Sally think that there are any medical practitioners still in the building?
I don't know, Sunshine, did you tell her there was likely to be medical practitioners or not?
Did I had access to the cameras earlier.
You did?
Didn't I? Did I see any?
So you did when the place was open, but after it's shut?
Yeah, they'll have all fucked off.
We saw most of the doctors go, so...
Such a shame. And she just heads back to the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as she's passing the security guard, she does flick her lighter on and tries to set his trousers on fire.
Alright, give me... If you're trying to sneak, give me your stealth. However, I'm going to say this is at a -3 because you're trying to set his trousers on fire.
No, I think she's not going to try and stealth anymore. I think she's just going to set his trousers on fire and run.
Okay, so... there isn't a pyromania skill. What the... Fuck it. Roll your demolition skill.
Whose trousers are you setting fire to?
Security guard. 3.
This is very definitely IEDs, so...
Oh, sorry, I'll
extra
add
2 dice.
Add 2 dice.
Is this the same security guard that we threatened our way past when we were here last?
Oh, I didn't get any. So just 3.
That's fine. So you got 3 hits overall. So you pull out a can of lighter fluid, just spray it over his shoe and his trouser leg, and hold the Zippo in the hand, do the little wrist twist so it flicks the lid off and lights it at the same time.
Yeah.
Hold it down to his trousers. Just starts catching fire.
And then I book it.
And his mate yells, "Steve, your trousers are on fire! What the heck is going on?" All this shit.
Run.
Could everybody else roll initiative as well?
7.
11.
You really roll no hits on your initiative, Sunshine.
Yeah.
You sucker.
Well, that sucks. Huggy, are you rigged into your van?
I'm rigged into the van.
Are you hot or cold sim, please?
I am hot sim, which is why I am getting 0.3.
Indeed. So I don't imagine this will be a massively long combat. Sally, your turn first. Your running rate is 25. Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yes, I am running.
Okay, so if you want to get past these two, you'll need to roll me, I'm going to say body plus strength to just shoulder check them out the way.
Yep.
And I'm going to say that's resisted with the same.
Your body plus strength. 4.
All right, so you got 2 net hits on the security guard.
Uh-huh.
The delivery driver is absolutely fragging hench.
Oh, fuck!
And he just swings an arm and he manages to catch you under the chin. He doesn't stop you, but it does slow you down, so you're only able to make it 10 meters instead of your 25.
Got it. In true fashion, she just starts shouting abuse at him in indiscernible, almost Gallic-sounding language.
Yeah, there's a bit of Orzet in there, there's a bit of Gallic. None of it's nice, and a lot of it's making imprecations about his mother.
Also that his girlfriend thinks his knob is small.
You sir have a tiny pee-pee. Alright, move your token.
Cannot adequately express the extent to which your penis is small.
I can tell you that in several languages. Well, sorry, could you remind me what distance am I running now that I'm impeded?
10 meters.
Okay.
So, Huggy, your turn. You've got a clear line of sight
flag?
to where Sally is. The 2 by the main entrance, because there's 2 security guards at the main entrance. You saw them as you came over and parked up, but there is a wall between you and them, so you don't have a clear shot at the moment.
Well, I'm going to be driving the van up towards Sally, so we can pick her up and get the fuck out of here.
Okay, make me a driving check, just to make sure, because this is... Oh frag, stamp,
Yeah, this
accelerator.
is, I am putting the... Yeah, this is, I'm very much putting the pedal to the metal, mentally. Fuck, that's 2 hits.
2 hits. More than enough. Right now, your body is the van, so it's like when you take a really deep breath and you just open up. It's the same physical sensation as you just open up the van's fuel injectors on this big old V8 engine and just bomb it up towards her. So you can move the maximum acceleration of that vehicle as your distance. I believe it's a Bulldog step van?
Yeah.
10. It's not a great acceleration on the Bulldog.
Nah. Doesn't need to be.
Mav, your turn.
Given that we're not opening up with superior firepower, I'm gonna make sure that Huggy doesn't run over Sally. Because Sally is still invisible. And I can see her.
Okay, how are you going about that?
I don't know. How the blazes does that fit into
You give me a version of your AR.
Yes.
I tell you what, I'll do this as a leadership check, where you're just
God.
going... So, do you have leadership as a skill?
Nope.
Roll me your charisma -1.
Can I not?
Definitely can.
Fine. If you're going to make me roll 1 dice, I'm going to edge it. Roll 5 instead.
That's right.
Because I don't want to roll 1 dice.
Oh, but 1 in 6 chance of crit glitch.
1 hit.
Lovely. Huggy, you will get 1 additional die on your next driving roll.
Yay!
Toiga, your turn. Remember that you are still sustaining a spell. If you wish to drop the spell, that is a free action. You don't have to.
Yeah, and then I can do another action on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see her? Am I like anywhere near the front of the van? Or...
Currently, you're in the front seat.
I was always front
Remind me.
left because he's in the driver's seat.
Huggy is in the cocoon.
And this is America.
What are you doing next, Toiga?
Remind me, does glass break line of sight?
No.
Okay.
To clarify, it does if you were looking into the vehicle, but not if you were looking out of the vehicle.
Okie doke. The whole time that Sally's been doing this thing, Toiga's have like sort of hands up in like the devil horns position. He just drops that, and she immediately becomes visible. I am then going to cast Phantasm.
Ooh.
I was going to try levitating her into the air, but I just saw that going horribly wrong, so...
Don't levitate people without their permission, Tiger.
Even when it's funny.
Especially when it's fun.
Consent is king. Or queen, depending on your preferences.
Or monarch.
Mm-hmm.
The Emperor, if you will.
Non-binary.
Consent is the legally and constitutionally protected, democratically elected leader of the constituency.
The alderman. Anyway.
And it does need to be enthusiastic consent.
Yes, indeed.
2 hits. We're going to roll to count the drain. Super. I just shake that off. So the illusion I'm going to create is the most enormous orc that Toyger has ever seen,
No, Ripper.
holding a great big fuck-off flaming chainsaw charging directly towards the 2 guards.
No, Ripper.
Yeah, pretty much just Ripper.
So it's your mate from the Blue Chainsaws. Rosie, have you met Ripper?
No, I haven't.
We pretty much just described him to you.
Yeah.
So the first time this party met Ripper, who is a ganger with the Blue Chainsaws, he's the second in command of the gang. He had 4 people holding down an elf from a rival gang on a bar table. And you know that stupid game where you've got a knife and you stab it between your fingers, 5-finger fillet?
Yeah.
He was basically playing that with the elf, with the chainsaw he's had implanted in his cyber arm.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's what the elf was saying. Except a lot louder and more high-pitched.
Spirits.
So yeah, there's Ripper going full Evil Dead 3, Evil Dead 2, I forget which one. Chainsaw in one hand, chainsaw coming out of the other one, screaming and running at them.
Ooh.
Resisted by willpower plus counterspell. So that's the delivery driver. And I'm going to put the other guy on a -2 because his trousers are on fire. They both get no hit. So the delivery driver is just screaming. The security guard is just... He's screaming at the troll, reaching for his gun, screaming in pain, and then reaching for his gun again. So it's now the turn of one of the security guards near the main entrance, rather than the side entrance. He's going to pull his gun and come running towards where you are. And, Huggy, could you give me a reaction roll to avoid your van getting shot, please? This is a wide, long burst, so you will be at a -5.
Does that guy not see the troll? So, that's my reaction because I'm... Or is it the van's reaction?
That is your reaction.
That's 4 hits.
Nice, so his shot just goes wild. He's clearly just like, something's happening, there's a van screeching across the place, that's clearly no good. Oh shit, I've just taken out a street light. The guy up by the door, he's just freaking out and panicking, he's just firing uselessly at the illusion, doesn't do a lot. The other security guard down by the door, he's going to run closer and he's going to take another shot at the van. This is another long, wide burst. You'll be at a -6 this time, please, Huggy.
0 hits. 0 dice.
He got 1 net hit, so could you please resist 6 damage on the van, please? You'll probably be fine.
So that's... I just roll ballistic, yeah.
Roll ballistic armor. There's no AP on this.
That's 8 hits.
It sounds like driving through a particularly heavy hailstorm. Meh.
Small on fire.
You feel like putting the windscreen wipers on, even though you know it's not necessary. Feels right. The delivery driver, he's just screaming and diving into his van. And you can hear the of the engine trying to start. Sunshine, your turn. Are you doing anything?
So, I'm gonna slide the side of the van open and basically get ready to catch when Sally comes in. help her into the van and then slam the door shut as soon as we can.
All right. The only people who are going to get additional passes here are Huggy and Mav. Huggy, so it's your pass. You don't have any more movement on the van, but what you can do is if you roll your driving check, I'll treat that as a sprint action, and you can get a little bit more out of it, so 2 meters per hit. So if you give me a roll, let's see what happens.
Right. That is... Do I get the +2 for hard sim?
You do indeed.
Right. That's 3 hits.
All right, so you can go an additional 6 meters. Mav, are you doing anything on your pass?
Huggy was supposed to get a bonus die on that from my actually slightly good instruction.
She was indeed. Huggy, do you want to roll an extra die for me? Sorry, I forgot.
I get another 2. Yeah, but that was 1 hit, so I get another 2 meters.
Okay, so shuffle yourself up. So, Mav, your second pass, what would you like to do, buddy?
Given that I'm not going to spend another point of edge on a leadership check, and I'm not rolling 1 dice on leadership, I do nothing useful.
All right, you change the radio station. Huggy. Nobody on Classic FM. Huggy, you're past 3. What would you like to do?
Right, can I do the drive roll again?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, I do the drive roll again. Right, roll. That's 9 hits!
Fucking
Hell,
hell.
Huggy.
So yeah, you can go 18 meters wherever you would like. You can do donuts in the car park. It's going to be great.
In loser, we're going shadow running.
Pretty much, yeah. Mav, what you do with your pass 3?
Again, nothing. I changed the radio again.
BBC Radio 6, or whatever the American equivalent is.
It's some random talk show that's discussing the fine intricacies of, I don't know, some bullshit.
Oh god, it's the Jeremy Vine show. Change it quick before we all have an aneurysm from rage.
You can change the radio, or I can smash this vehicle into the side of the building.
Just take out the delivery van on. Turn 2. What would you like to do, Sally? It's your turn. There's a van accelerating across the car park very quickly.
Is its side door open?
I keep booking it towards the car with all of my movement.
Okay, so you can now do your full 25, so you can get to the van. You've got the athletics group. Got to get an athletics check to jump in and make sure you don't tit it up and, catch your foot under a wheel or something.
Flat myself against the side of the fucking thing, yeah.
Yeah. You try to look really cool and dive in the passenger side front window and it's still shut or something.
Yep. Do I get any plus points from Sunshine giving me the assist?
You do, because she had a held action. Sunshine, could you roll your... I think it'd be strength plus body, because you're trying to pull somebody in.
Yeah.
So, 5 dice. I'm small.
That's not actually terrible.
Yeah.
Enjoy your 1 bonus dice.
I will take everything I can get. Thank you.
Oh dear.
So you go to dive into the van. Sunshine grabs you by the back of your jacket, pulls you in. As you do, you crack your shin on the running board of the van.
Ugh.
So you're just lying in the van. You're just clutching your leg and just going, oh, frag! And you feel the blood seeping through your jeans. You're just lying on the floor of this van as Huggy's accelerating, just going, oh, frag my life, frag my life.
Entirely self-inflicted.
And there's not a lot of floor to go around, so you're like cramped, like probably pressing your leg up against something.
I'm bleeding on something currently, aren't I?
Yeah. One of the drones is kind of shoved halfway through your leg, and you're just like, okay, this is going to hurt a lot.
fine. It's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, you're in a lot of pain, and I've got to drop us out of combat at that point because it's Huggy's turn, and she just guns it because she's now gotten the van up to a decent amount of speed.
Well, Sally does that thing where when you're in so much pain that you just start laughing because you're like, what else am I supposed to do? Oh, Jesus Christ.
So before the van can like speed away, I'm gonna make like my illusion ripper just like shout "Trumpets!" and then Zoidberg off again to
Zoidberg with chainsaws. Run, motherfucker.
This is what happens every time I use this spell, so we need to keep up the tradition.
Yes.
So you get you're speeding away, Sally. You've got a program set up on your comlink with a nice big red button.
She says, if people would like to direct their attention to whatever fucking side of the van the hospital happens to be on.
They will not see the hospital anymore.
Yeah, there's just the whole night turns to day for a few seconds, and there's just a mushroom cloud behind you. That was 6 kilos of C4 that just went off. The whole building is just white, and the guys who were standing outside arguing and chatting about this guy trying to sort things out with his girlfriend, trying to reignite that spark that he thinks he's losing. Yeah, he's just wiped out. He's just atomized.
Well,
I mean, it's one way to solve his relationship.
Guys, did we just blow up the laundry guys? We did.
Sally, do you give a wet frag?
They were delivering laundry to an institution of torture. No, I do not.
Did they know they were delivering laundry?
I think she just puts a finger to Sunshine's lips and goes, honey, they probably did something very, very bad.
this life or previous one. How's the leg, Sally? Does it need seeing too?
Once Sunshine, upon being shushed by large Irish orc lady, once her heart rate has come down to a reasonable level, reaches into her bag and starts pulling out wet wipes and dressings.
Yeah.
Oh yes, my leg is fucked.
Yeah, your sock is wet from blood now. It's just like, oh god, it's fracking everywhere.
Okay, yeah, Sunshine pulls out a set of rescue shears. They're pink.
Oh, this is a novelty. It's my own blood.
It's not caused actual boxes of physical. You can still function with it. It's just a nasty gash, and it's piddling blood everywhere, and it's very uncomfortable.
Toiga starts clambering through the back to get the wound, and I'm just gonna. Do you want me to roll to cast heal on it, or
just poke? It'll probably heal.
Yeah, I mean, if you want. I was thinking for a moment, Toiga starts clambering through the back to lick it with his rough tongue. Frank cat shamans.
I mean, this wasn't what I was expecting the aftermath to be, but okay.
That is what it feels like. You feel something sandpapery running over your legs. It's not horribly unpleasant, and you're pretty sure you can feel Toiga purring, if not hear him purring.
Alright, so with 5 hits, is Toiga poking it, or is he cat licking Sally's shit?
So he just put his hand over it, and he's got his eyes shut, and like I said, you can't. It's like knowing you've got a cat in your lap and it's purring, and you can hear it, but you can also feel it vibrating. You can feel him vibrating.
I think Sally puts both of her hands on Toiga's shoulders and just goes, "You're my new favourite."
Toiga pulls the hand away, it's got a bit of blood in it, he just licks it off and says, "Thank you too. We should meet for coffee. Here's my number."
Your shin has just completely healed up. It doesn't even hurt anymore. In fact, that niggling sensation in your knee that you've had for 6 weeks, that's gone as well. Awesome.
Oh. Well, I can tell that you are some people that it is very handy to know.
Like I said, number, coffee, call me.
Meanwhile, Huggy is driving like hell.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
So, you're in quite a large area of D-rated slums. Franklin Square, where the clinic is, there's a whole bunch of D-rated areas nearby. You drive for the nearest drek hole that doesn't have cameras, and you find yourselves holed up in somewhere in South Malvern. You're outside some really, really crappy drive-through. It's like some knockoff Mackie D's, where the burgers are just somehow even soggier.
Yeah.
Regardless, Huggy will get out and get a coffee.
If you want to call that a coffee.
They burn the soy calf. Brag, how
do you burn soy calf?
Does it have caffeine in it?
I mean, they do have caffeine sachets, so you'll have as much caffeine as you want.
I will put a couple of caffeine sachets in.
I can feel that coffee giving me indigestion from here. I don't think that should be physically possible, and yet...
Has Huggy got one of the troll-size specials?
No, she just gets a small one, and then gets a troll-size special verse of caffeine sachets. I'm not in this because of coffee, I'm in this because of caffeine.
A KFC family-sized chicken bucket of caffeine sachet.
It's it's basically an espresso shot verse of coffee, and she's just pouring caffeine sachets in until it is basically slurry.
Oh, bloody. Alright, so you've successfully completed the job.
Hurrah!
Huzzah!
Sally, I believe you have something for them.
As promised, one absolute building leveler. And if you thought that last one was good, wait till you feast your eyes on this. And she magically produces this bomb that she's had somewhere in the magical compartment behind her back, like all good cartoon characters.
She just pulls the boom from Hammerspace.
Yeah, basically.
Alright, so we'll leave it there. We'll just assume that Sally gets dropped off wherever she gets dropped off.
I think she gives all of them her Comlink Connect number, and she's just like, don't lose that if you know what's good for you.
So what loyalty rating should the party get Sally at there, Rosie?
Right, so she's going to give everybody a contact of 3 because they were very fun. And they did it, and they literally asked no questions. They were just like, yeah, let's do it.
You want to blow shit up? We want to blow shit up. We're going for it.
Yeah, cool.
Do you want to blow shit up? Not terribly, but we can't afford your fees. So
We did actually afford our fees. They weren't that bad.
I don't know. Huggy was like, oh, no, I remember that hospital, but I want to blow the shit out of that hospital.
You like explosions? We're poor. We like explosions.
How the best friendships are formed.
Thank you for spending some time with us and listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. In the meantime, this is perhaps the weirdest thing the team have ever done to acquire a new skill for a teammate, but we'd like to hear your stories as well. Share them, or Toyga will break into your house and steal your doorknobs in the dead of night. Let us know on our Discord. Intro is More Human Than Human by Karl Casey, and the background music is also by Karl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by LucasDuff, and all sound effects are credited in the show notes. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. The Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 license, so if you want to use any part of the show, please give us the credit. See you next time, chummers.